prime suspect in the murder of an American woman who was living in Ireland has now fled the country. The man, an asylum seeker who ended up in Ireland due to the country's wide open borders, likely left for Turkey, a country which he had transited through before, and could now be literally anywhere in the Middle East or North Africa with little possibility of him ever facing charges. The entire reason this tragedy occurred was because of illegal migration and open borders. Yet what are leftist politicians in Ireland most angry about? The fact that the media reported that the prime suspect was an asylum seeker. Now seriously.
Also, Minister, will the government contact mainstream media outlets that yesterday irresponsibly stoked up the flames of racism by reporting that an asylum seeker was being sought for the murder?
Yeah. Won't the government do something about the disgraceful behaviour of the media in reporting the truth? Is the prime suspect an asylum seeker? Yes. Did the fact that he was an asylum seeker and had experience of travelling through multiple different countries facilitate his escape? Yes. Is all this absolutely integral to the fact that he's probably literally gonna get away with murder? Yes. Doesn't matter. Saying he's an asylum seeker, that's the biggest outrage.
By reporting that an asylum seeker was being sought.
Meanwhile, the authorities' biggest concern is that the far right in the US might talk about the story. Yeah, they couldn't stop the alleged killer hopping on a bus, a plane, and disappearing to God knows where, but they can stop people drawing attention to the issue. And in a way, isn't that more important? That on top of twisting the entire significance of the story into the all-pervading generic violence against women narrative.
The common denominator in violence against women is a man, not a nationality. The violent misogyny being spread by internet companies. The rise in violent misogyny has run parallel to the rise in the statistics for violence against women.
Yeah, we can't stop importing would-be killers from countries where women are treated like dirt, because that would be mean. But we can stop online misogyny. And isn't that more important? This piece by John McGurk sums it up way better than I could. The cruelest irony of this case is that Jamie Carney appears to have believed deeply in the worldview which now makes honest discussion of her death almost impossible. She believed by all appearances in the innocence of the outsider, the wickedness of borders, the romance of resistance, and the moral superiority of those who say welcome when others say be careful. None of that made her a bad person. On the contrary, it may well have made her in many ways an unusually generous one. But generosity without judgment is not a virtue. Ireland's leaders have made a national policy out of refusing judgment. They refuse to judge asylum claims with sufficient speed. They refuse to judge the cultural assumptions migrants may bring with them. They refuse to judge whether compassion for the foreigner can coexist with indifference towards the safety of citizens. They refuse even to judge whether the public has a right to basic information when a murder suspect is being hunted across borders. Instead, they judge the Irish public. They judge it suspicious, bigoted, dangerous, and in need of moral correction. They judge ordinary concerns about immigration to be sinister. They judge the request for transparency to be a demand for hatred. They judge the desire for safety to be a form of racism. If you value what I do and you want to help support me, please visit pauljosephwatson.locals.com and either pledge a one-time donation or subscribe to join my community, get early access videos, and message me directly. And exclusive live streams coming soon too. Promise. Check out the Locals link down in the description. And don't forget to take a look at the brand new website modernity.news. That's where you'll find all my content, including exclusive articles. That's modernity.news.